A game is structured from a play, usually undertaken for entertainment or fun, and sometimes used as educational tool. Games are distinct from work, which is usually carried out for illumination, and format, which is more often an expression of aesthetic or ideological elements. However, the distinction is not clear out, and many games are also considered to be work, such as professional player of specters, sports, games, or art, such as jigsaw puzzle or games involving an artistic layout, such as mahjong, solitaire, or some video games. Games are sometimes played purely for enjoyment, sometimes for achievement or reward as well. They can be played alone, in teams, or online, by amateur or by professionals. The players may have an audience of non-players, such as when people are entertained by watching a chess championship. On the other hand, players in a game may constitute their own audience as they take their turn to play. Often, part of the entertainment for children playing a game is deciding who is part of the audience and who is player. Key components of games are goals, rules, challenge, and interaction. Games generally involve mental or physical stimulation, and often both. Many games help develop practical skills, so as formal exercise or otherwise perform of educational, simulational, or psychological mode. Attested as early as 2600 BC, games are a universal part of human experience and present in all culture. The royal game of FISHIN-BELLA are some of the oldest known games. Ludwig Wittgenstein was probably the first academic philosopher to address the definition of the word game. In his philosophical investigations, Wittgenstein argued that the elements of games, such as play, rules, and competition, all fall to adequately define what games are. From this, Wittgenstein concludes that people apply the term game to a range of disparate human activities that bear to one another only what one might call family resemblance. As the following game definition show, this conclusion was not a final one, and today many philosophers like Thomas or Carr think that Wittgenstein was wrong, and that Bernard Suit's definition is a good answer to the problem. Roger Caelius, French sociologist Roger Caelius, his book Less Exercise, Less Image, defined a game as an activity that must have the following characteristics. Fun. The activity is chosen for its lighthearted character. Separate. It is circumscribed in time and place. Uncertain. The outcome of the activity is unforeseeable. Non-productive. Participation doesn't accomplish anything useful. Governed by rules. The activity has rules that are different from everyday life. Fictitious. It is accompanied by the awareness of a different capability. Chris Crower. Game designer Chris Crawford defined the term in the context of computer, using a series of dichotomies. Creative expression is art if made for its own beauty, and entertainment if made for money. A piece of entertainment is plaything if it is interactive. Movies and books are cited example of non-entertainment. If no goals are associated with the plaything, it's a toy. Crawford notes that by his definition, a toy can become a game element if the player make up rules, and the Sims and SimCity are toys, not games. If it has goals, a plaything is a challenge. If a challenge has no active agent against whom you compete, it is a puzzle. If there is one, it is conflict. Crawford admits that this is a subjective test. Video games with disably algorithm, artificial intelligence can be played as puzzles. These include the patterns used to avoid ghosts in Pac-Man. Finally, if the player can only off of the opponent or not attack them to interfere with their performance, the conflict is a competition. Competitions include racing and figure skating. However, if attacks are allowed, then the conflict qualifies as a game. Crawford definition made the rendered as interactive goal-oriented activity made for money, with activities agent to play against, in which player including active agents can interfere with each other. Other definitions, however, as well as history, show that entertainment games are not necessarily undertaken for monetary gain. Other definitions. A game is a system in which players engage in the artificial conflict, defined by rules that results in a quantifiable outcome. A game is a form of art in which participants turn players make decisions in order to manage as resources, games, tokens in the pursuit of a goal. According to this definition, some games that do not involve choices such as Chutes and Ladders, 20 Land, War, and are not technically games more than its recognition is. The game is the activity aiming to get more independent decision makers seem to achieve their objective in some limiting context. At its most elementary level, then we can define game as exercise of voluntary control system in which there is an opposition between forces confined by producer rules in order to produce a equilibrium outcome. A game is a form of play with the goals and structure. To play a game is engaged in activity directed towards bringing about a specific state of affairs using only means permitted by specific rules. Where the means permitted by the rules and are often limited in scope, then they would be in absence of the rules. And where the sole reason for accepting such limitation is to make possible such activity. When we strip away the general differences in the technical complexities, all games share four definition traits: a goal, rules, feedback system, voluntary participation. And some strange things have been going in village lately. Some people are not acting like themselves. It's almost as if they have been changed into mad people. Mad people is a social addiction where all players start human, but soon some will be secretly changed to mad people. You must work with your fellow players to go around town and collect items to complete missions before the mad people take over. But who can you trust? Anyone can be the enemy. Players can switch sides from human to mad person and back during the game. Rounds are played out in real time, so you can use the confusion to sneak things past your opponents. Occasionally, you might even remove a player from the game to protect the village. 5 to 10 players in 30 minutes.
Stupid man-thing! You won't live long, even if you run!
Thanks to your consistent patronage, I've expanded my services. Oh, good. I was just thinking of ways to pass the time. Interesting selection. Little and often fills the purse, as they say. Ah! Pay me no mind. This is all an investment, Ethan. Do let me know if you find anything else of value.
You'll make the best vintage yet. Play with me some more. Mother! Mother! I was worried my sisters had gotten to you first. Mother said stale, but I think you're delusional. Just like that. You're going to die here. Yes. Oh, you bastard! My body! No! It's a lie! What? No! You will not get away! You're my prey!
Crazy witch. Okay, I should be able to get out with these.
Oh, yes. Take care. Welcome, Ethan. Little and often fills the purse, as they say. I see. Anything else? Till next we meet.